Hey everybody, it's Steve with Sky194, and I appreciate you taking the time to visit and check out my video. We're back in here in Pan Am, and they're having the Super Sprint races this time. Smaller field, probably a lot of people are watching Bathurst and the Indy race, so I don't know, they didn't have a huge turnout, and I like supporting them, so I just figured just do something a little different. And then I'm in the AMG EVO. LF is in here. He's right next to me in the Lexus. I'm not Jimmy, and Zarskis is on the pole, the Porsche. Good time. This is a 50-minute race with no pit stop, so you got to really manage your tires. Of course, we got extra. You got more fuel because it's 50 minutes. So pretty heavy fuel load. So this is going to be interesting. It's going to be definitely different. What kind of pace can you keep?
Green light, give it all you can. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Yeah, Zarskis had a really good time, like a 29 flat. Dang it. Not the way to take care of your tires doing that. Oh, we'll have to drop back some. Is that a problem? Of course, I got this race, and there's going to be another one just like it. I don't know if it's a different time, temperatures or anything like that. But and then after this, you have a 10-minute break, and then there's like race 2. New setup I did for the AMG EVO, so I haven't raced it here in a long time, so And check my tire wear when I was doing the setup, and it was really, really good. So hopefully it'll stay that way.
Fastest lap of the race. Great job, man.
No big rush. We got 50 minutes. So Gonzalez is working his way through the field. I think he started last. He's so fast.
Well done, mate. This has been your personal best. There's a car leaving the pit lane. Watch out.
Boys like Zolder. It's a cool little track. Deep. Way too deep. Lose some time on this lap. Kind of smoothing it out. I hate it when that cone's down. trying to, you know, pace it out a little bit. I mean, push, but not absolute to the max. Probably lower 30, you know, 30s is probably, you know, not the best I'm going to be able to do without trying to go on kill. Take a look at the temps and track conditions here in a second. Tires look perfect. Near the same times. Too deep. It's a little warm. Track's optimum, but it's a little warm. Now he's pulling away just a little at a time. Dang it, that doesn't help matters. That was just stupid. Dial it down. Sometimes slower is faster, so I just need to dial it down. He hasn't made any mistakes. Nothing big anyway, so he's driving a good race. he lost it back there. I didn't see what happened, but I just saw him over on the side. Gonzalez moved up to third. He's only 3 seconds back, so he's going. Wonder if he has damage. He hit the wall or something. He doesn't seem like he's got the speed. Man. Looks like he's got his pace back. They get into a battle. They're gonna catch me for sure. It barely caught the curb. That didn't help. It's going up. When it does that, it doesn't want to downshift. Oh, that was a big mistake. What happened there? I guess just too much rear brake. Didn't need that. Now my tires were starting to overheat or overpressure. Had on just a little bit too long brake, I guess. Too much. Oh, goodness.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
That was a... I don't know what that was. I believe I'm still in the lead.
We are at the halfway mark, still a long way to go.
You ain't lying. Well, he got around the Corsa again. Gotta be consistent. Let them work to get around me. Do a mistake where it just makes it easy.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
He's trying to get around me. He's already made up a bunch of time already. Too deep.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Gotta watch my marks. Not going in too deep. like I said, we got another race after this, 10-minute break. I'm going to do this in 2 different parts. So it'll be part race 1 and race 2. Up time on me like crazy. He's really fast.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Gee whiz. That killed me. He put him right on my bumper. That's too deep. Too deep. Oh, you went off in the grass again.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Windshield wipers on my eyeballs. Hey, you see that Cohen sitting out there? That's funny. good time for me for this part of the race. I knew that was coming. This guy don't hold me up. He's driving my car. Car I always drive all the time.
Car on the left. Clear on the left. Car on the right. Clear on the right.
You got me. Trying to get some pressure on him, that's it. I can't do nothing else. keeping up in the other AMG. Maybe unless he's got tires, fresher tires. Tires look perfect for this. I mean, and he's pulling away. That's that corner up. Didn't want to downshift. Still running mid-29s. Good grief. Somebody's mowing the grass. Last lap. definitely a good setup as far as I'm concerned. This kept its pace for 50 minutes. I mean, whew. Feels just right. What did he do? What the heck was that? That's I'll take it. Any win I can get. He had the best car though, and he was driving great. So, but you know, bringing home just enough fuel. I'm beat.
Excellent job, man. What a race.
Just all the way down. Still finished second, so I don't know what happened. That was a great race. Oh, man. I only got like 10 minutes until the next qualifying. So, looks like it's the same times and everything. So I don't know if it's the same temperatures or what. I don't know what he's going to do with that. But yeah, really happy with that. I mean, timetables. I mean, just look at that. I mean, unbelievable. For me, that's about the most consistent I've ever been. So I wish it could have been a little faster, but you know, sometimes it's just me, maybe not the car. So, oh, KB's in here too. I didn't know if I'd say KB yet, but KB's in here. Hey, LF finished third. So that's good too. So, save the replay because it resets and then I don't get to save it. I can't look at it later. So I hope you enjoyed it. And of course, I'll go over the setup back at the end, at the end of the race. So, and I'll link it, you know, in both races. So either way you watch it, if I change it on the other one, I will. But I'll come back to the track after it's all over, and we'll go over the setup and everything. So we'll see you here for the next one. Alrighty, well. Again, this is race 2, and I know I said I was going to show it, but it was actually a really good race with I'm Not Jimmy. As you can see, he's in the pink Lamborghini Huracan Evo behind me. But what you can see, there's only a few cars. I think we had a few more than that, but they dropped out. But yeah, a lot of guys, I guess, didn't want to do the race 2. So, man, I stayed and did it. You know, I was actually whipped afterwards. Still, it was actually a lot better race than I thought because we pretty much, to put it, you know, just pretty much sum it up, I took the lead right off the get-go and slowly stretched it out to where I think the max I had like as a couple second lead, little over 2 seconds, and then he just started reeling me back in near the end. And I mean, it was very slow, but it was very methodical. So, congrats to I'm Not Jimmy. He was basically just little bit and a little bit and very consistent. And that's where you get it. I mean, I wasn't like way off. I was actually being really consistent for me. And that's just how consistent he was, because it was just a little bit here and a little bit there. And I mean, a tenth here, a tenth there. And, you know, time we got near the end, and then the lap before this, I made one big mistake, and was like a second off my lap time, and that's all it took, because he got it down to where then he was right on my bumper. So that's all it took, and you know, so basically we're coming up here to the last lap of the race, and again, this, you know, same as it was before, same temperatures, you know, 50-minute race, no pit stop. So, again, you know, I had to start off with like 94 liters. You see I have 8 liters left. We're coming up to the last lap, so I had probably 4 or 5 liters left. across the finish line. But here we go. I'm just going to show this last lap. And again, LF is, he stayed in it, so good credit to LF. He's in here. Hope he had a good time, but, he was running strong too. He wasn't, that far behind. And he was doing some battling too, so with some cars. You see, that was a 130.34, and my best is a 129.71. Real close to what it was on the last race. Barely just nicked the dirt there, which maybe hurt me a little bit coming down through here. Not about the same speed, but you can see he's right, and he's really pushing hard. I mean, the car was really good on the brakes. So, I mean, here at Zolder, it was really hard to pass if your car is really, really good on the brakes. So, made it difficult to get around. He had really good pace. But this is one corner I messed up the lap. A few laps before, I really messed that corner up and almost completely blew it. And like I said, I lost like a second right there. And he got right up on me. I mean, almost was able to make a pass. He pretty much just held it all the way to the end as the finish. See, I had 5 liters left. And that last lap was actually pretty good. It was a 130.17. So you can see it's only like 4 to 5 tenths off my fast lap. That's really good after 50 minutes. So with no pit stop, I thought the car was very consistent. So we'll go ahead and come back here and go over the setup and discuss it. Alrighty, so we're here at Zolder, and now let's go ahead and go over the setup. Isn't that cool? I never get tired of looking at Zolder. It's that's a nice, cool little track. I've always enjoyed racing here. Night races are really cool. So let's go look at the setup here, and let's talk about that. Left front's 25.4, left rear's 25.5, right front's 26.6, and right rear's 26.3. Toes negative 0.15 with the camber at negative 3.4 on the left front, negative 3.2 on the right front with the caster at 11. The toe on the rear is a positive 0.1 with the camber at negative 3 on the left rear and negative 2.8 on the right rear. Here it's pretty optimized. I don't know if there's anything I would even willing to try. It feels really good, and again, showing after 50 minutes, as far as the consistency, it's really good. So I don't really see anything really that you can adjust anything to make any major difference or any substantial difference. Also, the tire wear, I checked it, and it was really good. It was like 2.15 on the front and 2.225 on the rear, somewhere around there. And it had light graining on the front, but that's really good for 50 minutes of all out, and the rears had none. They were fine. So that's nothing. After 50 minutes of pushing that hard and all that, I'm really, really happy with that. And the wear was nothing drastic difference between front and rear. So, again, I think it's super stable. The electronics are 3, 3, and 1, but of course with the AMG you can definitely go to 4 with not a problem when it starts maybe late in the stint. Fuel, of course, I had 95 liters is what I'd start with, and of course #1 brake pad. But yeah, I had 95 liters because of the 50 minutes. You need a decent amount of fuel. Of course, I had a little bit extra, but still. Mechanical, 5 on the anti-roll bar, 54 on the brake bias. Steering is 12. Springs are 130,000 on the front with a 500 bump stop rate and a 5 bump stop range. And the springs on the rear are 119,000 with a bump stop rate of 600 and a bump stop range of 18. Anti-roll bar is 4 and the preload on the diff is 80. So again, here the brake bias, you can go down to 53, even 52, but right at the end I did at 52 in that second race. But you got to be really careful about any kind of trail braking. Keep it to a very minimal, but it's gives you some more braking in a straight line. Everything else is pretty good. Not really anything that I can think of that you could really go with to improve. Shocks on the front are 1147, and on the rear they're 1126. Again, all dialed in with Motec over and over and over. So I'm not going to show it this time, but I know it's really close, and it actually came in pretty good. Aero, it's 51 in the front, 78 in the rear with a 7 splitter, 8 rear wing, and a 4 and a 3 in the brake ducts. And the front aero variation is a positive 0.1. Now, this is definitely where we got to talk a little bit more. In the first race, I had an 8 splitter and a 9 wing. That's what I had in the first race. And you can see the front aero variation is a negative 0.3. So, again, if you can try that if you want. You might even want to go with that if the track is green or fast, a little bit more grip in the back. Or maybe that you're just more comfortable with that. So that's fine, but I made the adjustment of going just once, taking a little bit off the nose and a little bit less wing to give it a teeny bit more rotation. And I also noticed when I was racing Gage, Gonzalez there in the first race, the Honda, of course it's the Honda, but, the short little straightaways, he was a little bit, teeny bit, I think he had a little bit more acceleration and all that to me. And I didn't want, he could have jammed it up in there if he wanted to, but, he didn't want to risk, which credit to him, he didn't want to risk probably, getting in contact. So, again, but somebody else could easily have done that. So instead of doing that, if you get just a little bit more speed, it would definitely help. So even if it's not, even a mile an hour or a little bit less or something, again, maybe it would help from as far as somebody getting the urge to dive bomb you in there into a corner. So again, time-wise, I don't really see any really big difference. Now, I did compare the two races, and it's nothing that I can say yes for sure. The second race was 9 seconds shorter, around there, 8 to 9 seconds shorter than the first race, flag to flag. But that could mean a lot of things. That can mean, I had some, trying to get around. There was more people in the first race and getting around lap cars and things like that. So again, that really doesn't prove anything. But I'm just putting that out there so you know. Even with this setup, though, I mean, you saw my last lap again. It was only like 4/10 off or something from my fast. So it's still consistent. It still holds its consistency, and the tire wear and all that still, very good. So you can go either way. So again, you might want it. One thing I would try is to put this back at 8 on the splitter in the front, and just leave this the way it is. It might give you just keep inching up on the rotation to help. Maybe you could pick up another 10th or 2 or something like that. Now, with this combination here, the race combination in light fuel, I think I did qualify better than I did in the first race. I qualified, I was on the pole, but I was, of course, there's not as many people, and of course Gage wasn't in there either, but I ran better. I think it was like a 29:10. So again, the temperature was not hot, but it was warm. You saw the temperature was like 26 degrees track and 30-something, or 26 degrees, ambient, and 30-something in the track. So, again, obviously, if it was at night or cooler temperatures, you probably could, qualify into 28s with not a problem. So, again, I think it's a really overall good package, does a lot of things well. Again, if you had maybe chances of rain or the track isn't as grippy, you might want to go with the 8 splitter and the 9 wing, and you still have a good solid package there. So again, just to get you some more grip in the back and things like that, or a couple different combinations that you can try. But again, I'm really happy with it. I hope it works good for you and you can have some fun with it and enjoy it. And again, if you could like and subscribe, help support the channel, I'd really appreciate it. A link of this setup will be in the description, like all mine are. That are, again, you can go back through the playlist, and they're in there for any car track combination. And also, I have a PayPal account also in the description if you want to help support the channel that way. And thank you to everybody that has. And again, I sure hope you enjoyed the video and that you come back and visit again really soon. Y'all take care. See ya.